Hey guys, this is episode 12 of my chat app using Ionic 3 and Firebase series. In this video, let's see how to add more, spice to your groups feature. If you remember in our previous video, that is in episode 11. If you haven't watched it, kindly watch it in this. It's available in this playlist or in my channel. In that episode, what we saw last was we created a group. And then upon entering inside our groups tab, we got all the groups that we were a part of and displayed it on the screen of the user, right? So in this video, what we'll do is we'll write code so that whenever the user taps on a particular group, he'll get into the group's chat page, just like it's in WhatsApp, right? So he'll get into the group's chat page, and upon getting into the group's chat page, he'll be able to see all the chat messages that have been conversed in that sent in that group. On the top right corner of that screen, we'll have a small like menu button or something, and upon pressing that, he'll get a what's the action sheet. So if he's an owner of that group, he can add members, remove members, or delete the group, stuff like that. But if he is just a member of that group, he can just leave the group or view group details, that is view the other members in the group. So that's what we are going. These are two action sheets that we will present according to the ownership of that particular user who is part of that group. So let's get started, guys. I hope I didn't bore you out. Let's get started. This will be pretty much, I'll try to make this video as short as possible, because a lot of guys have been saying that the videos are great with content, but it's too long. And even I felt that way when I edited the last episode. That's why I cut it into two parts. So I'll try to make this video as short as possible so that you guys can code along with me and have fun as well. So instead of like open chat, I'm showing an alert, right? I'll remove this, and instead of this, what I'll do is once the user taps on a particular group, I'll write some code that will get all the members in that group and stores it separately, so that it will be useful. You will find out where it's useful in the later videos of this series, or maybe possibly in this video if I won't make it too long. Anyway, this dot group service dot get into group. Okay, we'll get into group service and then write corresponding code for that as well. Get into group, right? Group name. If group name not equals null, what we'll do is this dot fire group, right? Fire group dot child the Firebase dot auth dot current user dot uid dot child group name dot once snapshot. Okay, and inside this I'll navigate through this list and then get all the members and store it separately so that it will be useful later on. Okay, this is done. Now we'll just publish this .events .publish got into group. Okay, so once the user taps on a particular group, we are just getting into that group. We are getting the members of the group and storing it separately in an array called current group, which we'll be making use of in the later part of the coding process. Now we'll have another separate page called page group chat. Okay, this is created. Now what we'll do is get into that group chat page. And then this is the page that we'll be redirecting the user when he clicks on the group name. Okay, so I'll have like this control.push push, what was that? Group chat, right? Group chat page. I'll also pass in a parameter group name. This will have group name. Okay, very simple piece of code. I'm just passing in a parameter while navigating, that's all. And here I'll retrieve that parameter. First I'll have something like I'll have a variable that says owner. This is a boolean which will have the value false, and then inside the constructor I'll retrieve that what was a group name, right? Group name. This dot group name equals this dot now params dot get group name. This will have this, right? And once this is done, I'll have this dot groups dot group service. Service dot get ownership. This dot group name, and dot then response. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll get into groups provider. You understand why I'm doing this, right? Otherwise, we should get the ownership of that particular group, and then based on that we should display the action sheet. If only the owner can add members or delete the group, and he'll only have options like that, whereas the members can't do anything like that. They can just leave the group, that's all, and or view the group info. Group info is nothing but a list of all the members of that particular group, that's all. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm writing this piece of code now. Get ownership, right? Get ownership group name. If this dot fire group dot child firebase dot auth dot current user dot uid dot child group name dot once snapshot. And inside this if snapshot.val won't be null, because only if the member, the particular person who's trying to get into this page, only if he is part of the group will get shown on his list, which means that this node will always be present in the Firebase collection. So let's just proceed. Where were we? Yeah, where temp equals snapshot.val of dot owner, right? What was that? Owner. Okay, owner. If temp equals firebase dot auth dot user dot uid resolve to okay. This will resolve as false, and if there is any errors, we'll catch them and then reject those errors. Okay, it's fine, right? Now if once we get the ownership, then we'll display the action sheets accordingly. First we'll write some code to actually trigger the action sheets in our HTML. Oh, HTML looks like this. We need to make a lot of changes. I'll just speed this part up. You guys get what I'm doing here, right? I simply added a button at the top right corner that will trigger a action sheet, and if it's a owner, it will trigger a different action sheet. If it's a member, it will trigger a different action sheet. That's all I'm doing here, right, guys? So I'll get in here and then add the action sheet controller, and add that here as well. Public action sheet controller, and then what was that function in present owner sheet, right? Owner sheet. Inside this I will be creating the action sheet to be presented. So for different options we'll be pushing in different pages, guys. So let sheet equals this dot action sheet dot create title group actions buttons. This will be an array. The first button, text, add member, icon, person, add, and then handler. It's a function. This dot nav control dot push group buddies page. Remove member, circle, remove circle, remove circle, group members page. Okay, and then group info circulating for this. Just add a person. Group info page. For this we'll send the group name as well. And this will be the last option, which will be delete group. This will have trash, and instead of other stuff, we need not push the user to a different page, right? So in this case, let's just have a function this dot group service dot delete group. Okay, a delete group is not yet written, so just for now we'll be writing this in the future, obviously. So one more button, we'll just add a cancel. No need of any icons, right? I think there's an icon called cancel, I'm not sure. Instead of this, we can add a role. And then give a comma here. Handler, nothing. That's it. So okay, all this is done, right? Now what we'll do is create another sheet for the no, we need to present this sheet, right? So let's just sheet.present. Now in a similar fashion, let's create a sheet for present member sheet. This again is a function, right? Yeah, present member sheet. And inside this function, as usual, let sheet equals this dot action sheet dot create. Inside this title group actions and buttons. This again will be an array, and inside this each and every button will have all these. The guy won't be able, he'll just have to leave group, and the icon for this would be logout. That's an appropriate icon, right? And then here again, instead of this dot nav, we'll have a function called this dot group service dot leave group. We'll write that function later. Okay, and the next button we'll do for this is group info. and then we'll do one more button, the cancel one. Okay, now we have created two beautiful sheets which will present themselves as per the ownership of that particular group, since we have used ngif, and then we have written some code which will get the owner of that particular group and then change this owner variable accordingly. So yeah guys, let's see if our code so far runs fine. First we'll just generate these blank pages: Ionic G page, group buddies, and then what else? Group buddies, group members, and group info. Group info, the same group info I guess we can show for both. And then that's done. Ionic group members, okay. And then group info. Now let's see if the code we have written. First of all, let me give overall check. Get ownership and get into groups. Two things we have written. This event is known. We are not subscribing to this anywhere. Okay, let's see if our code that we have written so far works fine. Technically, we won't be able to add any member or something. We'll just get into the group and we have written code for an action sheet to be displayed. That's all. Basically, that's all what we have done here so far. So Ionic. So yeah, code runs fine, app loads fine. Let's just check tester4@test.com. So let us click on groups. Last time we created one group called first group, right? This one. Let's see if that loads fine. Yeah, that loads fine. So now basically when we click on this group, we should be able to get into the screen of this group from where we can see the action sheets, right? So I'm clicking on this and then here is the menu. Wow. So what it has done is it has basically how do I say, check the ownership, and then it's displaying the owner sheet of this particular group. Owner sheet of this particular group, yeah, that's correct. If this group member was just a member, if this group was just a, if this how do I say, if I'm just a member of this group and then I'm trying to click on this menu button, then what I'll be shown is the members sheet, which won't have this many options. It will just have to leave chat and then group info. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys in this episode. I promised that this episode would be shorter, so we have basically just done some UI stuff, that's all, nothing more. In our next episode, which I'll be making now itself and then editing and uploading at a later point of time, maybe like 2 days, because you guys know very well my laptop is an old one, so it will probably take 2 days to render and upload. Anyway, I'll be showing in my next episode, I'll be showing how to add a member, and maybe I'll display the member sheet from, action sheet from the members profile as well, members page, members point of view as well. And then we'll also do the group info. Okay, adding members and group info we'll do in our next episode, and then the other features we'll do in the subsequent episodes. Okay, so before I go, thanks to all my patrons once again. Without your support, all these would not be able, I won't be able to give all these free of charge as I'm doing now. But even then I feel like thanks to all my patrons, I feel like if I had more patrons, then maybe my subsequent series that I have been planning on can also be released free of charge. So kindly support me if you can. Links are down in the description below, and thanks to all those guys who have been supporting me, who have shared my content across social media and helped me gain more subscribers, more views, and thereby make some more money than what I made previously. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for all the support you have shown me. I'll talk to you guys in my next episode. Bye.